Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning.
Viewers, welcome back this morning. Welcome back this morning to the Tobago Updates Morning Show. We are chatting with Rhea Persad-Douglas. We cannot forget that Douglas. Okay, this is Mrs. Rhea Persad-Douglas, President of the Tobago Agriculture Society. This morning we're focused on World Bee Day. Good morning and welcome to Rhea Persad-Douglas.
Thank you.
It's good to have you on the program with us. Let's talk a little bit about Bee Day, World Bee Day 2023, and what it seeks to accomplish.
Right. So World Bee Day is a United Nations marked event. It's really to highlight the importance of honeybees and other native bees as pollinators, which are vital to both our wider biodiversity, but also very, very important to our food crops. Because as pollinators, bees actually help to increase our yield as farmers and home gardeners. And without them, then we would have no fruits, no flowers. Lots of our crops are pollinated by bees. Estimates range anywhere from up to 90% of the food that we eat comes from insect pollination, including bees.
Okay, and this year we're talking about a nice collaboration between the Tobago Agricultural Society,
Apicultural, yeah.
Right, and the Scarborough Library.
Yes, so this year we believe that by partnering we can do and accomplish more. So we have a lot of organizations that are geared towards education, like the library. We have Tobago Hospitality and Tourism Institute. We're also partnered with the BestNet TT program, which is a pollinator and education program under the UNDP, funded by the Ministry of Planning and Development. So we have a number of partners this year to really make a splash for World Bee Day and really help different segments of our public more aware of how important bees are. So as beekeepers, I think we have a special love for bees. There's a mystery and a romance about bees, and of course the honey and the other products that we use from bees. But yeah, through the collaborations, we really accomplished so much more. So the Scarborough Library, we have two events that are planned with them. One is tomorrow. We have tomorrow afternoon a storytelling event for preschoolers and early primary students at their regular storytelling event. Right. And we're actually, for the first time, having a story, an original story, which is written by the BestNet program called The Flower Says Thank You. Which is written specifically for that audience and really highlights some of the pollination aspects of what bees do.
Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead. And then we have a workshop which is geared at secondary school students who are doing agricultural science. So Forms 3 students will be going into Form 4 very shortly, and they've already selected their subjects. So those of them who will be doing agricultural science in Forms 4 and 5, they are our target market. So all the secondary schools across Tobago have been invited, and we hope that they'll come out and learn about bees as pollinators, our native bees, and honeybees as well.
Right. Rhea, do we have an idea of the number of beekeepers or persons involved in the bee industry in Tobago?
Yeah, we have, the numbers have actually been going up quite significantly over the years. So about 10 years ago, we had about 24 beekeepers on the island. Now we've more than doubled that. So we have almost 50 beekeepers on the island at the moment. And then we have a number of young people that are really interested in beekeeping, and we want to grow and foster that interest, right? Because agriculture and apiculture, our future is in our young people. So this is why they focus on our school children, our agricultural science students, and also members of the general public to make sure that we understand how important bees are to us.
All right, so remind us again of some of these special events that will be taking place. You mentioned the reading at the library.
Right. So starting off tomorrow afternoon at the Tobago Hospitality and Tourism Institute, we have our Bees and Teas event, which runs from 1 to 3. And we're partnered with the Institute, but also we have our tea lady as well. We have a bee lady and a tea lady at that event, and it's open to the public. It's free. There'll be a book display as well as the presentations, and we hope people will come out and learn a little bit more about how bees and the food sector come together, right? Because as I said before, bees are very important to our food sector and our food security. The second event is also tomorrow, and that's the story time at the library. It runs from 3:30 to 4:30. And that's a regular Wednesday event that the library has. But of course, this week, because of World Bee Day, it's specifically focused on honeybees, native bees. Excuse me. And then on Thursday, we have our student workshop, which is targeted, as I said, on our agricultural science students. Friday, we'll be at the library again in the atrium, and that's an open session for members of the public who would like to come by and learn about bees. We'll have, BESNET will have their booth, the Division of Agriculture, the Division of Food Security and Natural and, Division of Agriculture will have their booth available as well. And then, of course, the Tobago Apicultural Society will be out with our bee suits and our smokers, our demonstration hive, and lots of giveaways and educational information for persons who want to stop by and learn more about bees and how they impact us as humans.
What are some of the job opportunities or opportunities that are available, accessible through this avenue of beekeeping?
You know, I think when people think about beekeeping, they think just about the bees, but there's a whole lot more that's associated with beekeeping other than if you're not a bee person and insects creep you out, or you can love bees from a distance.
Right.
So there are numerous opportunities for value-added products, for example. Candles, lip balms, lotions, all of those products have beeswax in them. Beeswax has a tremendous number of various uses, particularly in cosmetics. And then, of course, we have different things that we really don't focus on here. There are a number of opportunities for things like bee venom, which is good for arthritis, propolis, which is used in mouthwash and dental care products and as an antiseptic. So a whole host of different avenues for persons who may not want to be directly involved with bees, but also, of course, beekeeping is a tremendously interesting area. As I said before, bees are very romantic, the way that they collaborate together to find their food, to store it. And I don't know, I think it's so romantic that they collect the essence of flowers from around the island and then dehydrate it down into this gooey, sticky thing that we love to eat so much.
Interesting. And for those of you who've never seen the bee movie teaches you a thing or two about bees that you never knew before.
Yes.
So
there are a number of really good educational materials out there, and we hope to share some of them with persons when they come to the booth and at the various events that we have this week.
And I also see now that honey is being used in hair, in treating hair.
Yeah, absolutely. Honey is very moisturizing, very nourishing. There are a whole host of micronutrients beyond what is actually nutritionally in the food. It's very nourishing. Bee pollen is also extremely nourishing. It's a very rich protein source. So persons would add it to their smoothies and their shakes, your porridge in the morning. A lot of really wonderful amino acids in bee pollen as well.
Yeah, so lots of opportunities out there. Remind us again of when all of this begins.
So World Bee Day is actually on the 20th, but our events start from tomorrow, Wednesday the 17th. We have two events, the Bees and Teas at THCI and the Storytelling in the Library. We have the Student Symposium on Thursday at the Anne Mitchell Gift Auditorium, which is also at the Scarborough Library. And then our educational displays will be open to the public from Friday afternoon at 2 p.m. until the library closes at 6 p.m. So we do hope persons will come out and join us.
All right. Thank you so much for that information. And just for persons who want to contact the Tobago Agricultural Society, how can they contact?
Right. So you can reach the Tobago Apicultural Society at 607-4TAS. That's our number. And yeah, we are also on Facebook at Tobago Apicultural Society.
All right. And what are some of the services, very quickly, what are some of the services that the Tobago...
Apicultural.
Apicultural, that's right. So we've been saying it wrong all morning. Apicultural Society, yes. What are some of the services that you offer?
So we support beekeepers in a number of different ways. One is by having stores where we can get all our specialized beekeeping supplies, your spaceman suits and veils, your smokers, hive tools, all your frames and boxes for your beekeeping, a number of things for bottling and processing of honey. We also would have a rental program for extractors and so for beekeepers who don't have their own. As well, we also do a number of educational activities for beekeepers specifically in our training apiary at Orkinscure. And we have other apiaries coming soon. We partnered with a number of youth organizations, including the Tobago Police Youth Clubs, through a UNDP-funded program as well. And so just a lot of ways to reach out. We're going to be working very shortly with the Signal Hill Secondary School with the Apiculture Club. So just ways to really educate people, get people interested in beekeeping, get them out there in the bees, and see why it's so important.
Have you ever been invited to any World of Work career fairs at secondary schools?
Yeah, I know the Division of Agriculture through their apiculture unit does attend the fairs at the various secondary schools, and working with the schools is something that's very much on our agenda. So this program that we're doing for World Bee Day is really just the beginning. We have are reaching out to the schools, and we hope that this is going to be a lasting partnership going forward.
Okay. I really want to thank you this morning, Mia Persad-Douglas, for being on the program. I'm going to forget that. Thank you so much for being on the program with us. So this is an opportunity for our parents, teachers, to encourage our young persons to come on out to be a part of this. The world really is their oyster, and they can. I mean, there's so many opportunities to derive from this week of activities being hosted by the Tobago Apicultural Society, not agricultural.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you again for being with us this morning.
My pleasure.
Viewers, lots more coming up this morning on the Tobago Updates Morning Show. When we come back this morning, we will be chatting with Assemblyman Sonny Craig, Assistant Secretary for the Division of Health, Wellness and Social Protection. Our focus is going to be on International Day of the Boy Child 2023. Share the live, share the live, share the live.